How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am the curator for the Golden Age, and this is Lost Heroes of the...
No, just no.
What do you mean, no?
We are not doing this hero.
We cover Golden Age heroes on this channel.
I'm well aware of the format. We're not doing this one.
What is your problem with the Black Buccaneer?
Swashbuckling heroes in the Golden Age? Really?
You know, there were a few swashbuckling heroes in the Golden Age.
I don't think you can name one other besides this.
Tara, the Pirate Queen, Sir Anthony of Antarctica, Captain Fight, Captain Cutlass, the Cavalier.
Why are we doing the Black Buccaneer?
It was a request. That's why we're doing it.
In that case, this is Lost Heroes of the Golden Age.
Hey, there you go. Now you're into it.
Don't press your luck.
Now, as the voice said, this is, I guess he can be considered a swashbuckling superhero. There's actually not a lot of information out there about the Black Buccaneer. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and we'll cover the first issue, and then we'll kind of go over the rest of the issues. He only had 5 appearances. There's not very much to go into. Not a lot of information out there about him. So let's go ahead and we'll cover the kind of swashbuckling superhero, the Black Buccaneer. We'll cover the rest of them, and then you'll get an idea of this one. So let's get started with Lost Heroes of the Golden Age. We start with the opening page, the Black Buccaneer. The daring exploits of English privateers are among the most colorful pages of history. Top of the list, the dangerous English pirate is the name of Geoffrey Scott and his black ship, the Raven. And you can see Geoffrey Scott there displayed in all of his glory, and the pirate ship that's off in the distance, or as they call him, a privateer. We open up and we see that Geoffrey Scott has, I guess, a fencing studio. The scene opens in a fashionable academy in Versailles. That will be all for today. Your form is much better. Thank you, monsieur. So we find out that Geoffrey Scott is good at using a sword, and we identify that he has a brother, Ronnie. They receive a letter from the Queen. It looks like our prayers have been answered, Ronnie. We have been recalled to England, and we can take passage on the boat that leaves tonight from Le Havre. I probably butchered the hell out of that. And then we cut to a scene of the Queen. And then we see how she is recalling Geoffrey Scott to come back to England because he is a great spy. Well, Sir Cedric is behind the Queen and doesn't like the fact that Geoffrey Scott is being recalled. So he gets in league with the French to capture the ship and take Geoffrey Scott and Ronnie into custody. Now, as they are arrested, they take Johnny off into a different location than Geoffrey. It's most likely that he's being taken to the slave sections that the French had of these galleon ships, where they had people, they had the people rowing the ships for them. You've probably seen scenes in the old movies with the guy beating the drum and they had the people rowing on the ships. That's the kind of thing. So he gets thrown into a jail cell. Jeff finds he has company in his cell. And he finds out that this guy's name is Boris. And just before Geoffrey was thrown into the jail cell, Boris has been working on getting the bars loose so he could escape. Together they break the bars out, and he wants to go after his brother, but he tells him that it's not a good idea right now. You better forget him or you'll both rot in the galleys. So they break out of the jail cell and they go over to a guard shack, knock out a couple of the guards, and take a boat. They say that the boat seems to have provisions. They start to escape from, Jeff and Boris escape from Spain without incident, but we are at sea now a week. How are the supplies? All out. Looks as if we're done for. And just then, they seem to somehow come to a ship that is headed for England. Well, of course you would, because that's just, the story would end if you didn't. So they go to England, and Geoffrey Scott meets before the Queen and says how, I was informed upon your majesty, the Spanish have knowledge of our plans. Oh, the Spaniards, not the French. My mistake, because I saw French in this somewhere. So she wants him to be a spy, and he wants to be a privateer. And he says he wants a ship. He goes, yes, I was at one time a captain of the Royal Navy. Now would become a privateer for your highness. Each Spanish ship I sink will be one less for the Armada, and I can search for my brother at the same time. Besides, English coffers could use some Spanish gold. You're a rogue, Scott, but you're right. You'll get your ship. And as he makes off, he encounters a suspicious character who is carrying a number of secret documents that has the signature of Sir Cedric. Now, Cedric wants the papers back, or his game to undermine the Queen will be up. So him and Geoffrey Scott square off in a duel of swords, and they are parrying and thrusting, and Geoffrey gets behind a table so he can wind up having the killing blow to Sir Cedric. Just then, the Queen happens upon them and wants to know what happened. He talks about the betrayal, hands over the documents. She thanks him for that, gives him the ship. He makes Boris his first mate, and they sail off. The Black Buccaneer will be back in the next issue of Blazing Comics. Now, that's the first issue. These stories are going to be pretty much straightforward. So let's get on to the second issue. And we're just going to briefly cover the next ones, not as in-depth as in this one. Now, the subsequent issues of the Black Buccaneer are pretty short and sweet stories. I believe that they're all 6-page stories. In the next issue, Geoffrey Scott and his crew find a Spanish armada who has just stolen a whole bunch of Aztec gold. They get it back. They all ended up on a deserted island where they meet this guy who doesn't show that he has a mouth and is good with knives. And by the end, he helps to sink the Spanish ship, and they add him to the crew. And we never see him again. And the issue after that, they get word to where Ronnie is on a ship. Ronnie escapes the ship that they invade, and then they spend the entire issue being one step behind Ronnie, who is determined to, not be captured, but he's one step behind. After that, it's a really stupid story where they both have to pretend to be basically gods, the sun god and the night god, where they can be reunited and then go back to the ship. And then in the last issue, Ronnie basically gets infatuated with a girl who gets kidnapped by a disreputable pirate, and they go and save him. But there's one of the stupidest lines said in this entire comic issue. It's the only thing Boris says. And he goes, "Woman, I bet, the female kind." What? What other kind of woman is there besides a female kind? I mean, this is the 1940s, so we definitely don't have anything with identity politics. I don't even think identity politics has anything to do with this statement. Woman, I bet, female kind. Did he suffer a stroke? What? Oh, good God. Anyways, he rescues the woman, and at the very end, Ronnie finds out that she runs off with the blacksmith. I mean, yeah, you only killed the pirate that captured her and rescued her from a burning ship, so of course you should go off with the blacksmith. Well, that is the Black Buccaneer. Sweet, short, simple stories. We never mention the Queen again, never see the guy from the second issue again, and that's pretty much how it ends. 5 stories. And that's it. Well, that was Lost Heroes of the Golden Age. I hope you like what we did here. If you have any requests, like I always say, you can go ahead and drop me a line. There's a hero you want to see. I may eventually get to him, but if you send me a request, we'll get to him sooner than later. So, send me in those requests. Leave a comment in the comment section. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.